Well, I was made aware of the program through my involvement in the corporate sustainability program through Furman. And the instructor talked to me a little bit about the BEST program and kind of the value that might have for Goodwill. And Goodwill's always had a business model that valued sustainability and recycling, so BEST seemed like a kind of a great fit and a way for us to extend things that were important to us as an organization.
We knew we had to run leaner. Competitive markets and market share itself is a concern for any business. Any cost control processes that we could implement or evaluate would lead to more profitability, our long-term sustainability, and also allow us to be better stewards of our natural resources.
The value that we've seen so far is to be able to take a process that to us was a little tough to get our hands around. Our power bills are different, our garbage bills are different, our water bills are different, and our facilities are different. And so the BEST program really allowed us to kind of put everything into a structure where we could measure it, and in measuring it we could manage it. And so the recommendations are a key for us because we can actually implement those, we can check them off a list, and then we can evaluate how that impacts our energy or water or waste profile in our facilities. And I think that you get a menu of things that you can do, and you don't have to do all of them. You can do the ones that make sense, and the ones that make sense for you with the resources that you have, whether those resources are money or time or interest.
BEST has identified several hundred options for us to use, whether they be no cost, low cost, or a recommendation that required a capital investment. One of our problems that we have is that because we ship and receive a lot, we would have empty pallets, hundreds of them. We would either have to throw those away, in which we were actually paying freight or haul fees from the waste company to the landfill, or we would just let them sit out there and waste away. So what the BEST Waste Exchange app did for us was that it paired us with Goodwill, in which we now trade those pallets to Goodwill in return for a tax credit. But our largest savings has come in our waste management. Recycling alone has reduced our waste invoices by over 50%. Which translates into over $10,000 worth of savings.
We know we've got a variety of recommendations that are going to be able to be implemented really in every facility, and that's probably the strength of the program for us, is that this gave our managers a tool and both information and specific recommendations they could implement. We're really appreciative that there is a program like BEST and that Furman kind of brought the resources that probably only Furman can to sort of pulling this concept together and making it, one, something that was driven by businesses, two, something that would be valued by businesses. And I guess at that level, we're just really appreciative of the sponsors and those organizations that were in there on the ground floor to make this go from an idea to something that businesses like Goodwill could use. And so we're really appreciative of Bank of America for their leadership in this role, and for Furman for being that glue that made it work and is now deploying it out in the field.